Miss Carolyn Hunter and her late husband Ken Williams were employees of the Polaroid Corporation, and it was as they were working there, she as a chemist and he as a photographer, found out that Polaroid was actually in support of the apartheid system.
The film that Polaroid was producing was actually being used, that with the cameras, the instant cameras, by the South African police to produce the passbooks.
It was modern slavery. You couldn't move from place to place without some kind of master's identity card to show that you belonged in that area.
Caroline and her husband organized some meetings of the employees right on Polaroid's building, and some of us went to the meetings. Of course, we didn't understand the significance of that. We just went to hear what was happening, and of course we felt that it was wrong.
She and Ken Williams started an organization that felt that it could speak with Polaroid, that they would understand that this was a bad thing to do, and that they would stop the practice.
They probably fairly innocently suggested to the company, you know, look at what we're doing, this is wrong. And then to have it fall on deaf ears, that's the real outrage.
The ensuing support by other workers and other people within the city, they were both fired, but this did not deter them. They went on to be founders of a very strong activist movement that ended up really galvanizing action.
It took 7 years after their firing for Polaroid to finally recognize that it was not in their best interests to continue to support the South African regime. It was a wonderful victory that they can take a lot of credit for.
Caroline is very much a part of this community. She served as a teacher and then an assistant principal.
She got involved with the Cambridge Teachers Association, and she was very focused on how the union could help improve student achievement.
Her presentations in my classes are really a treat. She is able to show the students that it is possible to do something, even however small you think it is.
You never know what the challenge is going to be. It could be school policy, it could be an unfairness at your college, it could be a situation in your neighborhood.
All the students in this school know about Rosa Parks. They know about her work in the civil rights movement. To know that one of their own teachers has been given this award, they clapped.
Caroline is at heart, I think, a teacher. She is someone that learned early on that adults can open up pathways for young people.
Risk-taking is probably the most defining act of an ethical life. Rosa Parks put her immediate self-interest at risk for what she believed was right. So, too, did this year's recipient of the Rosa Parks Memorial Award. Ladies and gentlemen, Carolyn Hunter.
Thank you. My passion to challenge injustice was nurtured at home by a devout Catholic mother, Marion Hunter, who's here today. And that fire was sparked by Robert Valder, the late Robert Valder, my 10th grade social studies teacher, who introduced the class to apartheid through Alan Paton's Cry to Beloved Country. Mr. Valder challenged all of us to see the world beyond segregated New Orleans and to get involved to make it better. When I started working at Polaroid Corporation right out of college, I didn't know much more about South Africa. But when we discovered that ID cards that Polaroid was making for the apartheid system, I remembered Mr. Valder, what he taught us, and I just knew that South Africa was not a good place for Black people. This award is not just for me. It is for my late husband, Ken Williams, my partner at Polaroid, and a selfless warrior for truth and justice who made numerous sacrifices to further the movement. It also goes to my 97-year-old mother, whose belief in discipline and a good education holds me up even to this day. It is for my daughter, Lizette, who honors her father's legacy by starting a scholarship fund at age 14. The scholarship fund has given $30,000 to date to needy students. This honor, too, is for the many people who boycotted Polaroid and supported the call for economic disinvestment in South Africa. I am humbled to have my name in the same breath as the great Rosa Parks. I sincerely thank the NEA for this prestigious honor and this grand recognition. Thank you.